Okay, so guys, we have this table and our job is to complete the blank. Okay, we have a blank right here, we have a blank right there, and then we have some other numbers that help us to determine a pattern that we can use to fill the blank. We have been told that the table is proportional, so they want us to write the proportional equation for the table in the form y equals kx. Okay, so every time you see a table, so this table represents number of items bought and the cost. Okay, so number of items will always go to the x-axis because the cost depends on how many items you buy, and y is always the dependent variable. X is the independent variable. So this information right here, that 4 items cost $5, this is the information that's going to help us know every other thing on that table. So, it tells us here that 4 items cost $5, and further emphasizes that if we double the number of items, then the cost also doubles. So there's some proportionality there. Okay, so if we get 16 items, we should be doubling the cost for 8 items because 16 is 8 times 2. So we can clearly say $20 for 16 items. Okay, so now if we're spending $30, how many items are we getting? Okay, so we see here that if the cost of $10 multiplied by 3 is $30, then the number of items should also multiply by 3 to get this here. So you see there are multiple ways you can go around to find that, but one way that I will show you is to use a constant of proportionality. All right, so constant of proportionality is represented by the letter K, and that constant is calculated by dividing the y value by the x value. All right, I've determined that cost is the y value, so I'll calculate my constant of proportionality by doing 5 divided by 4, and that constant of proportionality is 1 and 1/4, which is the same as 1.25. Okay, so 1.25 is my constant of proportionality. That means that my equation of proportion, the form y equals kx, is y equals 1.25 times x. But what does the y represent? The y represents the cost that I get when I buy a certain number of items, which is x. Okay, so this equation can be used to fill out this table as well as the equation can be used to find the cost of any number of items. 1,000 items, the equation can help out with that. If I buy 4 items based on the equation, then x will be 4. So if x equals 4, then y should be 1.25 times 4. Okay, 25 times 4 is 5. So the equation is working. Okay, so now that the equation is working, let's use it to get these other ones. So if x is 16, then y equals 1.25 times 16. Okay, and we get 20, just like we said earlier. 20. Okay.